Welcome back to my 1976 Subaru restoration. In the previous video, if you haven't watched it already, I bought a new battery, new wheels, I changed the oil and the oil filter and finished it up with a bit of a wash. This video we are tackling the first part of the bodywork that needs to be done, and that is the dent on the front left panel. I want to attempt to dent knock this back into shape and place it back on so that the front passenger door doesn't rub on the panel when you open the door. If you haven't done so already, like and follow my Facebook page, Subaru 4x4 Wagon 1976 Project. This is where you'll be able to be kept up to date with my progress, as there is a lot of work still to be done.
Alright, welcome back. So what I'm doing today is I've taken the front grille off to do a bit of dent knocking. I fixed up one of these guards just by knocking it with a hammer to get it back into shape. You've got the front grille, and I've got to get this panel off to undent that and straighten that out. Hopefully move the panel back a bit. But what we've got the problem is that these bolts have been painted over. As you can see there, it's like chunks of paint that I have to get into. And this one here is a bit troubley because it's kind of rounded a bit. So I'm just trying to dig away at it with like a mallet and a crowbar just to try to get underneath as much as I can.
Using a mallet and crowbar meant that we could loosen up some of the bolts that have probably been there since the car was first made. By using a knife, I was able to dig away at the paint and start unscrewing the bolts. Alright, we got 3 out of 4 bolts so far. We got these 2, these 3. This one in the corner is a bit hard to get to without having to take the bonnet off. Something I didn't really want to do, but well, not yet anyway. But it might just be something that I have to do to actually get in there and get the right angle, because all the bolts are rounded, so I might even replace these bolts that are rounded a bit just with new bolts, so I'll see if I can match them somehow. I managed to loosen 3 of the 4 bolts. There's just one bolt that's in an awkward position and it's difficult to undo. I decided to remove the bonnet so I could maneuver it a little bit more freely.
Alright, that's all I can get done today. Had a few issues. The bolt snapped there and there. That one came off successfully. The little rubber thing snapped off. And I can't get the headlight off because that's been rounded. I can't get this bolt off despite taking the bonnet off. I still can't get it because it's rounded. So I'm not having much luck. Gotta work out how to take the bumper off. I really need to get this panel off to reshape it, and it's looking like it's harder than I'd hoped. So yeah, that's all I can get done today.
So I've jumped on eBay and bought these drill bits for removing damaged screws and bolts. And these only cost $3.50, and I also bought a socket set, which is great for removing rounded bolts, and this only cost 25 AUD. So now we're going to remove the bonnet and try the new socket set on the rounded bolts.
There we go, so it's off. You can see that when it focuses. See how it is a bit blurry, I'm sorry, but you can see how it is very rounded. And surprisingly, I managed to get it off using this. Using that one there, so that's quite cool. Alright, we're very happy with that result.
Now that I've removed the bolts from the bonnet's edge, I'm working my way around the panel, looking for more bolts to remove. I also need to work out how to remove the front bumper as it is pressed up against the panel.
I'll show you this. This is off the mudguard. There's the nut. It's really hard to focus, but that's what was last of it. That's why there's such a need to replace all these bolts that I'm taking off now with new ones. You know, that's not even straight. Look at that. So that's an important thing to do.
Here I'm using a knife to cut through the paint that is currently holding the panel and the main frame together.
Okay, so I've come up with another solution. I found that the bumper has this bracket here, and I'm going to point to it. That bracket there. So if I've put the nut on there already to remove, so I take those two bolts off and I'm about to take the front bumper off. I don't know if I need to do both sides, but if I do, then I do. Then if I don't, even better. So I'll try to give that a go now. Two-handed job. Under room one.
It took a little over 10 minutes to remove the bumper's bracket bolts. That should be all the bolts holding down the panel, and now it should just come off. Lastly, I'm going to unplug the indicator lights, and then I'm going to plug them back in again just so I don't lose them.
So it only took 2 days. Some tears. We've got the broken dented panel ready to dent knock in another video. I need a break.
If you haven't done so already, like and follow my Facebook page, Subaru 4x4 Wagon 1976 Project. I post to the page pretty regularly, so you'll be able to follow my progress before seeing these videos. I also post videos and photos that may not even end up in these videos. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to head over to my Facebook page and also like this video if you're watching it on YouTube. I look forward to seeing you all on Facebook or in my next video.